Good morning, folks. Today is the 3rd of December, 2025. My name is Tim Ealer, and hope you all had a good Monday. I had to work late last night till like 7:30, so getting up a little later than normal this morning. But yeah, we still have quite a bit of snow going up here in the north, upper Midwest. System exiting out to the east here on the northeast corridor this morning. Lingering snow showers along the east coast here and the far extreme eastern shores of Maine. Another system dropping down here into Colorado with some snow ongoing this morning. Looks like pretty heavy snow going on here in Denver right now, Aurora, etc. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, maybe some snow going on down here into Arizona, right? The higher terrain out here. As far as Georgia goes, we're generally in the 30s and 40s, close to or below freezing in North Georgia. A little bit warmer to the south here. Um, so today looks to be a relatively tranquil day, and we'll go over the forecast for the local for Georgia here in a second. For today, we have clear skies all day for the whole state, right? Highs in the 40s and 50s for most of the state. Maybe in the not getting above 50 here in the up in the mountains, but overall, relatively chilly day, right? So, look a lot cooler than, well, it's been relatively cool lately, but anyway, yeah. So, gonna be relatively nice today, at least compared to yesterday, all the rain and gloom, right? Tonight, um, getting close to freezing for most of the state, or quite a little bit below, except for the far southeast, the far southern Georgia. Of course, cooler in the mountains, right? And then tomorrow, high temps in the 40s and 50s again. Precip chances increasing here. The highest precipitation amounts expected in southwest and western Georgia. Okay. So we get like basically 1 day respite from the rain, and but we need the rain, guys. So I'm not upset about that at all. So here is the precip totals in the past 24 hours for the state of Georgia into um, North Carolina, South Carolina. You can see where the highest amounts are. Um, Basically bisecting the states here, right? Um, all the yellow areas indicate almost 2 inches of rain in the past couple of days from central Georgia into um, parts of southern mid-south Georgia. The highest amounts were really in the central South Carolina and into central North Carolina and along the coast there. As far as precip chances in the next 7 days for Georgia, the highest amounts are forecast to be in southwest Georgia with upwards of 3 or 4 inches of rain. This is subject to change, of course, and we'll go over the excessive rainfall outlook in part of the forecast, but definitely going to be much welcome precip with the ongoing drought that we have going on today in Georgia. As far as a little longer range outlook for the temps, generally highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s next couple days for Georgia, KFSC area. All right. Um, and then we have towards the next weekend, Yikes. Gonna be quite cold on my granddaughter's birthday, unfortunately. They're supposed to have a bouncy house out there. Oh my goodness. Oh, anyway, then it warms up quite a bit. So you see quite a roller coaster ride here. Done these in 50s and 60s. A high of 37. My goodness, on Friday, December 12th. And then warming up quickly again towards the end of the period here. So, this is a temperature and precip overlay here. So, not showing much precip here for the Peachtree City area. I think this is more focused up to that area, but in general, precip chances will be higher. The 5th through the 6th, right? And then not likely to get much precip. 11th through the 12th here. Looks like a cold frontal passage there. And there's the temperatures up there. You see the winds, maximum temperatures. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to look some more into this point forecast, whether or not this is kind of a general forecast or this is just for KFSC. So, likely it's for KFSC, which is up towards Atlanta. So, likely these temps are a little bit colder than what they'd be here in central Georgia. So as far as the short to midterm forecast, if we start this off, this is the NAM model. Okay, let's stop this. Shows the precip here into Denver area, Colorado, and the precip exiting off the East Coast. Not sure it represents that quite well, but that snow goes through most of today. Let's see, this is about 5 a.m. So yeah, that's about right there. Drops to the south. You have a system up here to the north. You see cold air bottled up here, right? Northwest flow starts taking over here. But you see southern stream energy and northern stream energy are not combining here. So you got this trough dropping down to the west here, enhancing the moisture along the Gulf Coast into the Mississippi, Louisiana, and moving eastward here. But you see how the precip chances diminish in the south here, but pick up again. And you maybe have some freezing precip in the Oklahoma area. And this is Thursdays tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Get my days mixed up. But you see up to the north here, you have this northerly flow with northern stream systems moving through. And along the west coast, we're getting a lot of precip as well. My pen, I forgot to put it up here. Excuse me. And so there it is. A wonderful pen. All right. So northern stream energy. And this system towards the end of the week, you have the possibility for freezing precip up here in the Appalachian Mountains and the lower Mississippi Valley. We have some more northern stream energy up here into Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, North Dakota, the Dakotas, and upper Midwest, with this other moisture streaming offshore here. Quite a bit of overrunning precip here through Friday. And potentially where this ends up, we could have Some impactful snow here. If this verifies, right? Let's compare it to like the ERAI. ERAI shows roughly the same thing. It doesn't show frozen precip that well, but this is likely based on the 540 line. But possibility of snow into Washington, D.C. Not looking like a heavy snowfall event, all right? So if we compare it to the European, roughly the same thing with a little bit um, moisture pull further to the south, maybe some snow further to the north here. And we look at the GFS. GFS doesn't really, it wants to have it a little further south here. If you go back on the Euro a little bit, yeah, pretty much does the same thing. What do the ensembles think? I don't know whether I can get radar with it, but like with the GFS, you can see where the temperatures are here. Quite cold up here, and it looks like to me it's going to be too cold up here for snow to make it that far, but it depends on where the warm nose goes, how far north the warm air gets, right? So let's compare it to the Euro. Euro's quite a bit colder here. That holds on to cold air longer than the GFS. All right. So definitely a chance of frozen precip in this area here on Friday, which Friday and the Saturday we could use lead to an impactful commute that day. So switching back to the simulated radar. Move back out a little bit. Yeah. Quick hitting storm, not likely to hang around very long. So any snow that might fall, let's just see what it's if we look at the winter snow total, uh, possibly 1 to 2 inches here um through Friday, especially in hard terrain here in West Virginia. According to the Euro, if we go back to the NAM, 3 kilometer, it doesn't show a heck of a lot, but this is through Friday, December 5th at 7 a.m. Doesn't go that far out. Let's go to 6Z, go a little further out here. Want to bring the snow a little bit further south here. But you see out west, snow totals 6-7 inches of snow here along the front range of the Rockies in parts of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, the favorite areas, of course. So, yeah. As far as temps go for the nation, next couple days, we'll start off today about 5 a.m. Quite cold for most of the nation, especially up here in the northern tier, and we saw that on the radar depiction, right? Getting cold. I mean, it's not getting warm at all in the teens here. See the cold air. Wow, pretty brutal. Single digits here in the northern tier of the U.S. Cold air pushing the south. You see what looks like maybe another cold push air pushing through towards the end of the week. The cold air is bottled up here into Canada, right? Overnight lows in the teens. Single digits up here in the main. Warming up some out west here, but overall pretty cold. And then we get into that event on Friday. Temps are near or close to freezing on Friday, and getting above freezing here for parts of the central and northern high plains, Mississippi Valley. This is 1 p.m. So December 5th. Now look a little bit further out for temps. Let's go back to the Euro model and go back. Let's look at the forecast here. It's cold push of air. This is Monday, December 8th. And this isn't a forecast, guys. I'm just going through this to see how this is depicted here. You see how it's warming up quite a bit. Cold air up to the north here. You see where the coldest air is, right? It looks like it wants to push really cold air down to the south here. December 12th, right? High 37. Yikes. Now we look at simulated radar. Going back in time here. Just as I thought, there's a system moving far to the north there. Boundary moving south. Not a lot of moisture associated with it. You see the cold push of air here. Potentially something happening up here in the northeast, but you see the cold airflow, right? So, yeah. We compare this to the GFS. We now have 6 hours of it. Let's go back to the 0Z. See how far south the GFS wants to be with the system here. There's another system on Monday. We got system on Friday. Another system maybe developing on Monday, which could potentially bring some snow. Wow. Let's go back to the Euro here. The Euro doesn't have that. But it bears watching, guys, you know. Let's move back a little bit. Friday. If you permit me, I'm going to go a little more detail about this on Monday event. I want to compare the, I'm going to look at the ensembles here real quick, if you permit me to do that. So let's take a look here. Ensemble members for low pressure. Yeah, it's not going to show me what I want. Let's just compare the models real quick. Let's just look at the upper air pattern. All right, European upper air pattern. All right, upper air winds. This is where the Euro is placing the most. It looks like a jet streak here. Okay, and if you compare that to the GFS, it's more strung out. But it doesn't look like the northern and southern stream energy is really interacting here. So we look at the Euro AI, which has been very good this year. It's further offshore with the jet stream energy here. So, let's go back to surface simulated radar. See how far south the Euro AI is. Let's see. It's Friday and Monday. It develops a low further offshore. You see that right there? Go back to the euro. Pretty much the same thing. And the GFS, see how it wants to develop a low further to the coast, closer to the coast here. If this is true, which I doubt, but the GFS is, well, how can I say this? Not the best model in the world. And it tends to be more cold biased, and it tends to overdo vorticity. But you can't discount this this far out. So this is Monday here. So, you know, this is let's go with the winter weather. Let's see what this is saying here. Yikes. All right, well, um oh, it's let's see if I can get far out with this. No, only goes 24 hours. So I know I'm going slow with this. I just wanted to show this. This seems like a fantasy run, guys. Let's go back one run, see what it had. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of variability here for Monday. This reminds me of the event we had last year, this past year in February, where the models were all over the place with this. I don't have access to the Canadian from here. Um, but one more time here, and I'll be done. Euro, a little bit of snow. All right. And Euro AI. Snow up in the along the Pennsylvania Maryland border here and West Virginia. Okay, so I don't know. We got a week to flesh this out, so that's about as far as we want to look anyway. So we'll keep an eye on it and we'll get back to you. Next, I'm going to go over excessive rainfall outlook, severe weather threats, and a little bit more detailed look at the future temps and hazards, days 8 through 14, and weeks 3 and 4. As far as current hazards, we have a lot less than we did yesterday. Winter storm warnings still for parts of the northeast coast here and into Maine. Winter weather advisories as well, and up here in the UP and Michigan. And along the front range of the Rockies into the parts of the desert southwest or the mountains here. I wish the states were labeled. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't remember that sometimes for some reason. Into Montana as well, and some high winds down here in California, dense fog, and looks like a freeze warning in here, close to the California coast. Okay, so as far as excessive rainfall, we have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall here along the Gulf Coast today. That system rides the Gulf Coast tomorrow. The next day, that moves into central Georgia, South Georgia, into southern parts of Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Louisiana. That's southern stream energy, right? Day 4, that moisture hangs around here. So northern Florida gets in it. Florida has really been dry. Hadn't had a lot of rain at all right now. So, yeah, they need the rain down there too. Day 5, we have nothing on the books for right now for excessive rainfall. Now moving over to thunderstorms. For today, just general thunderstorms possible along the Gulf Coast, moving into parts of central Louisiana, south of Mississippi, southeast Texas, into far south Texas, Corpus Christi, Houston, not Houston. Thunderstorms, chances move further east and hang around the Gulf Coast here, okay, for tomorrow. And that, you see the sharp delineation here where thunderstorms would be. And of course, the heaviest moisture would be during that time, right? So, yeah. So this is quite a bit of confidence here. It was issued yesterday, 3 p.m. of below normal temperatures here. See the dark colors indicate the most confidence for colder temps. Of course, further to the west, less confidence, and then a big warm up in store here out west. Okay, so this is day 6 through 10. Day 8 to 14. Cold air hangs in the northeast, about near normal for in between there, and the warm air gets pushed a little bit further south, likely high pressure building in out here. Then the week 3 to 4, this is issued November 28th, issued again in 7 days. This is through the 13th through the 26th, so issued on the 5th. Still colder than average expected, but not as much confidence, right? Near normal or equal chances. The central part of the U.S. warming up for the eastern, the south, the deep south, and I got a sneeze coming in the northwest. Excuse me. Precip. So, moving to the longer term, precip chances look to drop off quite a bit for the southern tier of the U.S. and ramp up for the northern tier. This is not an atypical La Nina pattern. This is pretty typical. And maybe Florida would get in on it, and southern Texas, and maybe off the coast of the east coast of the U.S. Still drier than normal in the southern U.S. That's bisecting the nation pretty much for day 8 to 14. So chances, above normal chances of higher confidence of above normal precip here in the northeast into the Ohio Valley for weeks 3 to 4. You see there are other areas with higher confidence or lower confidence in the brown here. So here's the day to 8/14 hazards outlook. Well, December 10th through the 16th, heavy snow is possible up here in the Cascades into Washington. Flooding possible here with heavy precip along the west coast, the 10th through 11th, and high winds as well in this brown area. Precip follows with that. Moderate risk of heavy precip along the west coast on the 10th through 11th. 10th through the 12th, likely, well, slight risk here of heavy precipitation. You have that moderate risk of the 10th through 11th of heavy snow, slight risk in the purple areas, the 10th through the 12th and the 10th through 11th. Wind probabilities, moderate risk of high winds up here along the northwest portion of the U.S. 10th through 11th, slight risk the 10th through the 12th. And risk of hazardous temperatures. There's no expectation of hazardous temperatures during the period. That's all I got for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this forecast, and God bless, and see you tomorrow.